Hey, how you doing today, Sandy?
Hey, James. Good to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to speak with me today.
Yeah.
First of all, I wanted to give you my business card,
Thank you.
just in case you need to contact me later. Getting into it. Do you mind if I take some notes today?
No, go ahead. I'll probably take
Awesome,
some
cool.
too.
Sweet. And you said we had about 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? Awesome. And did you want anyone else here, just being on the meeting and talk?
I think today just us will be fine. I know you talked to Bobby down in Florida, so he's already in the loop.
Yeah.
If this looks promising, we can probably rope in some more people further down the line.
Yeah. So like you said, I had a chance to talk to Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
At the Georgia-Florida game about a month ago.
How was that?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
We had a good conversation. He let me know that what he was doing with you guys, what his role was with your company, and that he was, interested and really needed, a CRM program to help out with territories and whatnot. And I let him know I was with Salesforce. So, kind of giving my background to you, I've been working with Salesforce for about a year and a half now.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in Atlanta for about 6 months. I've been working with 40 or so clients and small to medium range businesses, and helping them implement Salesforce into their business, and help that transition go smoothly. And kind of the point of this meeting today is to see if Salesforce would be a good fit for you. So I kind of wanted to go over and get a better understanding about your business, the business processes that you go through on a day-to-day basis, and see if we can find a solution to those problems, or any of the problems that you do have, and see if we can figure something out and see if Salesforce would be a good fit for you.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, so kind of getting right into it, I had a couple questions. You have a team of about 25 sales members, is that correct?
Yeah.
About 25 people. You have headquarters, you have about 10 of those here in Duluth, and then you have 3 other headquarters: Augusta, Nashville, and Jacksonville, correct?
Yes.
And you have, about 5 salespeople in each of those.
Yeah, they're a little smaller. Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. So, and just looking at some of the numbers, again, it looked like in 2017 you did about $50 million in revenue.
Yeah, just under
$50 million, and that was a 3.5% growth.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Very cool. And yeah, that's awesome. So I had a couple questions for you today. I just want to understand kind of problems that you've had in the past that you're looking to solve. What are kind of the problems that you've had in the past?
Past and current problems. I would say definitely one of the things that we struggled with is, obviously we're started here in Duluth, and this is our headquarters.
Yeah.
I've lived here for a while, so it was easier to start a business here, because this is my community. I had some connections already here. When we opened up the Augusta office, that was our first satellite. It was much harder in a lot of aspects. I mean, it was easier because we had the cash flow and we kind of knew what we were doing. But just getting those first few clients, like getting the revenue rolling, that was difficult.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something we struggle with, is opening up and launching these new offices, getting them off the ground. Another thing that has been a bit of an issue with the satellite offices is, our financial and accounting team sits in Duluth, works here. While we have a bookkeeper and accountant in each satellite office, they're feeding all their information back to us. And we do that, I would say manually, through emailing spreadsheets and stuff like that. So it's not instant. So sometimes we might have to wait around for some numbers from other offices, which may or may not be their fault. It just depends. So there's definitely a bit of stickiness in the system.
For sure.
I'd say that's kind of the biggest problem that we've
Gotcha.
faced
Okay.
in the past.
And looking towards the future, I know that you guys are making some bigger decisions coming up as far as like possibly opening new offices. Looking forward to the future, what are you fearing, and what are kind of those things that you're looking at as some of the bigger obstacles going forward?
Yeah, I mean, obviously everything that's happened in the past is probably going to happen in the future without change. So definitely those, as you said, we're looking at opening up a couple more offices. That's probably just going to compound the pre-existing problems that we have. We're just going to be dealing with the same problems in more offices. And obviously with the one in South Carolina, that's our first office in the state. So just like it's hard to open an office in a new location, it's even harder to open it in a new state. That's what we saw in Jacksonville. And with the growth, it just keeps coming and coming, which is great. The company's been doing really well. Just everything getting bigger and bigger is a little scary. It's a little apprehensive.
Gotcha. Just wondering from your perspective, or what you're thinking going towards the future. Why do you guys want to open new offices? I know you have 4 headquarters now. What's the push for new offices?
Yeah, well, obviously we always want to be bigger. We always want to be better, have more reach. Sure. Opening up the new offices, while it is really difficult and really expensive on the front end, we're just not going to simply get 50 new clients in Duluth in 1 year. That can't happen by opening a new office.
Sure.
And obviously I just want to see this company grow.
Yeah. Gotcha. Well, just kind of to, setting up another question, kind of hypothetical, what would be more important to you as the president? Would it be opening a new office, a new headquarters, or kind of growing and building upon the headquarters you already have?
Well, obviously I want both.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, really, they're pretty much equal. I mean, the fundamental goal is just to have as strong and as big of a company as possible. And like I said, sometimes that has to be new offices. Sometimes that may need to be finding more clients in the offices we already have, depending on the situation. Obviously, I want both, though.
Sure. Are there any other concerns that or any other concerns going forward, or is this kind of the bigger problems that you're faced with right now?
No, I mean, this is really it. I don't think we have any problems that are going to bring us to our knees anytime soon.
Gotcha. Well,
we just want to clean everything up.
Well, just hearing kind of like what you said, there's a couple issues that you're looking at, and I think Salesforce kind of has, for sure has solutions to a lot of those. From the clients that I've worked with, Salesforce has done, a great job of, making it a little bit more efficient, cutting out some of those, inefficiencies, just making the processes go a little bit smoother, and just to, and going into the solutions, something that I want to help you guys with is centralizing your operations back in Duluth. So you said that when you're opening new headquarters, and from the headquarters you have some issue with communication, getting the numbers and reports from the accounting side and from your sales members back to Duluth, understanding what's going on over there. You said that was an issue, right?
Yeah.
So something that Salesforce can do is it gives you the ability to have a real-time back and forth feedback. So what you're going to get with Salesforce is your accounting team over there and your sales team over there, as they, with Salesforce implemented, when they're using Salesforce, you're going to get that real-time feedback, and it's going to give you, it's going to cut out some of that waiting period. It's also going to give you the, it'll give you the ability to communicate with them a little bit more effectively and in real time.
Yeah.
So I think that would help you out a lot. So just making things a little bit more efficient, and then just facilitate better communication with your sales team.
No, that sounds great.
Another thing that I think Salesforce will really help you with is, you had mentioned going to, opening new headquarters was obviously something you're about to do, and something that, you know, had been, you know, giving you headaches, and you ran into a lot of problems. So getting clients and setting up, you know, a strong foundation when you're opening a new headquarters, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So something Salesforce can do is it will, you know, it's going to help you with your marketing. So I know that you guys are focused on doing your work, and marketing, you know, sometimes takes, you know, it's put on the back burner, but it's really important, especially when you're trying to build up in a new location. And if that's not something you're, you know, kind of you're an expert in, or your expertise is obviously not in the marketing side of things, Salesforce offers the ability to do email marketing. We can do a social media campaign, and it'll kind of alleviate some of that pressure of gaining clients right when you go into a new community and a new territory, and, you know, kind of overcome that obstacle I know you've run into in the past. So something really cool about Salesforce also is when you use those campaigns and the emails are sent out, you're going to get a lot of data coming back in. Salesforce is going to sort through that for you. You're not going to have to spend time figuring out the trends, figuring out what worked, what didn't. Salesforce is going to do all that for you. It's going to give you a report, and you're going to learn what's most effective and what's going to help you and your sales team be the most effective team that you can. So that's something that'll, you know, you might be really interested in, I'm sure, could help you out when you're launching these new headquarters. So as far as that goes, let me show you, or actually pull up the dashboard for you and show you what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Also talking about, let me pull this up real quick. Alright, so, you know, if we go here, just looking up at the top, this shows you your account, so your accounting team can go in here. Then if you just want to play around with it a little bit, you can.
Yeah.
So if your sales team's looking at new opportunities and leads, they can just update them in here. Since it's it'll go up in the cloud, it's a cloud service. You and Duluth are going to see what they're doing in Jacksonville, what they're doing in Nashville, and that's going to help you just kind of stay on the same page. Looking here, you can see all the reports that come in. So every time your salesperson updates it, you're going to get it right away. Something that, you know, will be beneficial to your team is we have, you know, a lot of, you know, I'm sure your team works, they're on the road and they're not in the office all the time. Just part of the job. We have a mobile app, so they can update it automatically. So if they, you know, they find a lead, they can update it, you know, just sitting in their car over lunch, update it quickly, it comes right back to you, and then there's, you know, there's no hiccups, and it makes things keep going smoothly. I know you said you wanted to work on communication again because you want to know what they're doing. If you know, right here on the dashboard, as the president, or for Bobby, if he wanted, he could update, update on the dashboard, and he can ask questions, and he can let, you know, your team out in Nashville and your team in Jacksonville in Augusta, when you open those, they'll be able to see what you guys are wanting and what you guys are looking for, and you can get feedback. It'll be helpful in getting feedback, and each one of your sales members can come in and they can, you know, ask questions, or they can update you on what what they've been up to. Going into, you know, we had asked that hypothetical about if you want to, you know, build out or build up as far as opening your new headquarters and building upon what your current headquarters. I got the report from Bobby and was looking at the client list. From that client list, I saw that here in Duluth, you guys have, you know, about 100 clients. Is that right?
Yeah,
and,
a little over.
You know, and you have a sales team of about 10 members.
Mm-hmm.
When I was looking at your other locations, I saw that, you know, you have about half the staff on each sales team in those locations. And, you know, in somewhere like Nashville, you have, you know, about 60 clients rather than 100.
Yeah, they're about half.
Yeah, and, you know, I know Duluth is, you know, the parent headquarter, and this is where you are and where Bobby's, you know, out of, but something I know you want to do, you said build it up, looking at the headquarters you already have, using Salesforce, that'll help them become more efficient and help with that communication, help them get those numbers up. So I think, it'll be beneficial for you opening your new offices as well as the ones that we have right now. So did you have any questions or you have any concerns looking at Salesforce going forward?
Well, the system seems really good. I don't think there's any way to deny that. Looks like a really good CRM system. It's a lot, which is obviously a good thing, and I see as potentially a bad thing. I'm a bit worried about the implementation of this. This is a lot. This is marketing, sales, leads, financial reporting. It's really everything.
Sure.
So we're gonna have to get this for everyone. We're gonna have to train everyone on this, and I see it as being disruptive to the workflow.
Sure, that's that's fair. Just hearing some of these thoughts, totally understand your concern. That's most of the clients I've worked with have that concern, and it's totally fair. When we're looking at implementing Salesforce, it's on average it's anywhere from 2 to 8 weeks, which is it's a fair amount of there's a learning curve there. But what we see with Salesforce is once it's implemented and once your sales team has it available to them as a tool, it's going to be less as a burden. And obviously in those 2, 4, 6 weeks, we might have a little bit of decreased productivity, which is expected and it's normal. You have that learning curve. But in the long run, it just offers them this tool where they can communicate with you. It's just going to make getting that communication better, reports being sent back. You don't have to do manual updating. A lot of the time, once people get used to the system, they're not going to have to do it does a lot of it for them. So it actually makes the workload a little bit easier, and it lets them focus on, getting out and getting more clients or, working on, doing the work rather than, it just cuts back on some of those inefficiencies and obstacles.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's definitely, it makes sense to be concerned about that. Also, one of your goals was continuing to grow, correct? You don't look at stopping or slowing down at, these 4 headquarters. Obviously, you guys are trying to open new ones. Starting those new headquarters on this system will make it easier because it'll be kind of more instant for them. So it's all they're going to know. So if you're hiring new sales members, they're going to be, hit with this right away, and they'll be able to learn it, and it'll help them going forward. It'll help build a strong foundation for those headquarters, so you're not running into the same obstacles you had in your other satellites. And with your, the other satellite locations now, once, after that 6 to 8 weeks, and everyone's settled into the program, it's gonna, you're gonna see that communication grow. It'll be a little bit better. You're gonna get those reports a little faster, and all those, features I just showed you is gonna, those are gonna be in full swing. So I think, as much as it'll be kind of a light headache now, it kind of cuts back because I know, like you said, you're growing. If not do it now, when, right? And take this 6 or 8 weeks now to get it implemented before you open those 2 headquarters, and then you don't have to do it later down the line. And not only you wouldn't be implementing into just 4 but 6 headquarters. That's going to be even more of a headache. So just going off of that, it kind of makes sense to maybe try it out now.
Yeah, no, I mean, I understand, the growth definitely isn't going to stop if I can help it.
Yeah.
I guess the final thing, kind of the elephant in the room is cost.
Sure. Well, I have kind of your guys' numbers as far as, how big you guys are, and then I can run, what our normal installation for a company of your size will be. Mm-hmm. Just using your exact numbers. First off, we have a $15,000 installation fee. That just to put up or put in the software, get you guys on our on the cloud and whatnot, and that includes the training fees and working with your team to make sure that they're totally set and that they're working with it well, and it just integrates into your company well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be a $15,000 installation fee. Then we have a $225 per person per month fee. So looking at, you guys have about, let's just run the numbers really quick. So you have about 25 sales members, and then we have $225 times 12 per month. That puts you at about $86,000 a year. So that is a chunk of change right there. And then down to 70 after just after that one-time installation fee.
Mm-hmm.
So that is kind of a chunk of change. But looking at your growth from last year at 3.5% on $48 million, that's a $1.7 million increase. And if Salesforce can help you stay on track and maintain that 3.5% growth, or even increase that, that $86,000 is turning into 1.7, 1.8, possibly $2 million growth a year. So it'll be an expensive upfront cost, but you're going to see the results, and it's going to help you achieve, maintain your goals and achieve them.
Okay. Yeah. No. I mean that makes sense. I think I'm good. I think it's been productive.
Yeah. So did you want to talk to possibly Bobby and see what he thinks about it? Your accounting team, they can take a look at what.
Yeah. I know. I know Bobby has kind of a surface level. Let's work together, meeting with us and Bobby.
Sure.
Probably a couple regional sales managers, and then maybe a couple guys from the accounting department.
Sure.
And, we can kind of go over this again and see where we sit as a whole.
Definitely. So maybe we can look, pick a date on the calendar in the next 2 weeks, and we can get, sync up their schedules. I know that, you have to update them, and they can clear some time to come talk to us. And we can all get together and we can kind of figure that out. You think maybe 2 weeks will work?
Yeah.
Somewhere around then. Okay, I can get in touch with your secretary and we can kind of set up a date and then go from there.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.